The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And now here's Ross. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Taylor will bring the Browns up 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
On 3rd down, Taylor. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Smith on 1st down. They go screen pass to Hyde. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Only 3 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Smith now on 2nd down. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the 1st half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. A shotgun snap for Smith. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Well, he's been the guy already over 100 yards here in the 1st half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
Ross on the return. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Now Taylor on 1st down. It's complete to Jerron Brown. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Set. Green, 39.
On 1st and 10, Simeon steps away to his left. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 2nd down, here's Simeon. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st down, Simeon. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you've got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
And just 1 tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this first quarter.
No. Check. Patriot.
2nd and 10, Simeon again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Throwing again is Simeon. Flushed out right. And this is going to be incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Tackle made there by Haloti Ngata.
Hey, let's roll. Liz.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. It's caught left side by Cooks. A big play there on the catch and run. 66 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
1st down, a run with Hyde. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Smith. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carping them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. third and long. It's Smith. Oh, he stays out. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Haloti Ngata in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And not a whole lot doing there, as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. To throw on second is Simeon. And that is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Watch it now, Barney!
Simeon now to throw. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Let's go, 15.
To throw on 2nd down is Smith. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The linebacker, Telvin Smith, able to get a hand on it there. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Smith. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. picked off by Rashawn Melvin. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
After the interception, here's Simeon. Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now a play fake here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Out of the gun, Simeon. Escaping the pressure right. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. That one goes for 36 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go.
Now a first down throw. Simeon over the middle, complete. That's Ross. And down inside the 15 he goes. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. But they also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Browns have cut it back within a score. Lambo to add on the extra point. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Smith. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A huge play there for Denver. 54 yards. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. Back to Denver right after this. They'll give to Hyde. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. To throw on second down. Smith, flush to his right. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Even after more than a decade in the league, Smith still one to account for with his legs as he picks up a first. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Good to see this man running again. Here's Chris Carson, and he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos will extend their lead. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game. Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Here's Simeon now on second down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. That's going to set him back 5 yards. The Browns on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. A shotgun snap for Simeon. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this... Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. Now Ross to return. Oh, spinning away. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. From the gun, here's Simeon. Flushed out right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. John Ross, the one he was looking for. Third down here.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Throwing on third down, Simeon. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, instead of fourth down after the incompletion, it'll be first down, roughing the passer.
Coaches love their defenses to be aggressive, but they want them to be smart as well. Have to leave the quarterback alone at a certain point.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Simeon. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now Simeon. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Ross. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A very solid gain of 27. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go play action here on 1st down. Over the middle to Kittle, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw, Simeon to Mixon on the check down. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Simeon wants to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. And Lambeau will put this one through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
On 1st down, Smith. Escaping the pressure right. Caught on the right side by Jones. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
52. 35.
Smith on first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. They'll try and sneak it here. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the first down.
Well, I liked it. Just take the snap, burrow forward, pick up the few inches you need for a first down.
And defensively, I don't think they were expecting that. They looked a little surprised in the middle.
Yeah, a little bit wary there, weren't they? Because that can be a throwaway down where maybe you go play action, fake it, and try and get something big. But instead he said, forget it. Let's just get a first down and start a new set.
Hey, let's settle in. Come on, we're good. Hey.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They run again with Carson. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield, picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. One of these quarterbacks going to learn, you don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
And Gonzalez puts this one through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field. But they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Gone! 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 Gone!
2nd and 10, Simeon again. Over the middle, Jerron Brown's got it. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And incomplete. Almost intercepted. The D lineman almost had it. Couldn't hang on.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Hey, back up, back up, back up, back up. Hey, back up, back up, back up, back up.
Off of play action. Here's Smith. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Let's go, 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 go.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. This is caught. It's close. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. Welcome back now to Denver. Smith now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
52. 35.
Back to throw, Smith. And just as you called it after the earlier sack, they set up the screen. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Well, Charles, you said just a bit ago their aggression might get to him, set up the screen. It could work, and it did.
It certainly did, and you have to give the offense coordinator a ton of credit for being able to see it, anticipate it, and get right to the call.
Hey, gun, gun, gun. 12, 12, 12.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Settle down, huh?
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to have a third down.
Settle down, huh?
Out of the gun, Smith. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Smith now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now the rookie from Tennessee, John Kelly. And he stopped immediately there. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7.
Man, it's caught inside the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
He'll get it up the middle. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. And they're able to up the lead by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Simeon now to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain at 21 yards. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing.
This is caught inside the 15. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A big play that time for Cleveland. 45 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Throwing again is Simeon. Flush to his right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone. 2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. 2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. To the air again, Simeon. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. In for the score. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. Simeon in the offense going to go for 2 here. Simeon throwing again. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. So the lead is now dwindled to 9 as the kick here is away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Hey, on! Hey, gun! Check 24, check 24.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. And that's complete to Brian Quick. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Brian Quick, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos capitalize on the fumble and turn it into 6. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Right. Yellow. 3 down. Check 52. 12.
From the gun, here's Smith. Being chased out left. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. first down throw. Simeon. He's going to air one out. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Dane Cruikshank, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Here's a handoff to Carson to begin the drive. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Here's Smith now on second down. Buying time to his left. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. The Broncos on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Ready? Line 80! Here we go. Watch twist. 52. 35. Check. 59. Liz.
Now it's Smith. He finds Quick. And, he spins past him and into space. And now he bowls him over. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Set! Line 80!
They run it with Carson. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Now it's Carson, and they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. But that was a really nice defensive play. That's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. That is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Brandon Cooks, 29 yards, and the Broncos will extend their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Browns getting set to go. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. A good pickup there at 22. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Simeon incomplete on first. Here's 2nd and 10 now. Again, Simeon. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old-school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Simeon.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop the second.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off around the 27, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
As an offensive coordinator, you just don't